I'm showing you how to hack Minecraft in 2025. So to do this, we're going to be using something called a hacked client. In this case, we're going to be using one called Aoba. This is their official GitHub page, which will be linked down in the description below. This is exactly where you can download this client. In this case, it works for Fabric 1.21.3 and 1.21.4, so currently the latest versions of Minecraft. Here you can see a little bit of what this client is going to look like inside of Minecraft. Obviously, there are many more clients, also ones that work for different Minecraft versions. If you want something different to this or want to check something else out as well, then I will link a bunch of alternatives down in the description below. Anyways, you want to scroll down a little, and then right over here, you will find the downloads. In this case, we want to download Aoba 1.21.4. Oh, and also linked down in the description below is actually going to be my Discord server where you can find so many more clients. In this case, our client Aoba also requires the Fabric API, which will also be linked down in the description below. Now, as you might be able to guess, because you need the Fabric API, you also need to have the Fabric loader installed for 1.21.4. If you don't have this yet, or you're not sure where to get it, then I will link this down in the description below. Anyways, for right now, I have the Fabric API as well as Aoba Client in my downloads. If you also have that, you can press on Windows and R keys at the same time, just like that. And then in the box that pops up, you want to type in app data, then hit enter or click on OK, and this area right here should open up. You want to go into the folder called roaming, then .minecraft, then scroll down a little until you find the mods folder. You can open that up, and then you simply want to drag the Fabric API as well as Aoba right into the mods folder, just like so. Once you've done that, you can close up both of these, open up the Minecraft launcher, and launch Fabric for 1.21.4. So here I have now loaded up Aoba Client, which is obviously fantastic, and I'll just quickly head into a single player world in this case and briefly show you how to use this. So as you can see, I have loaded in now. And to get started with using this, basically for right now, I'm just going to be showing you exactly how to get started. If you want a full in-depth usage tutorial for Aoba Client, then that is going to be linked down in the description below. So to get started, we want to open up the Click GUI, which is this area right over here. To open it up, you want to press on the tilde key on your keyboard. This is the little squiggly line. For a lot of you, it should be a key located somewhere on the very left hand side of your keyboard, but it could also be right next to your enter button on the right hand side. It just depends on your keyboard, obviously. Anyways, once you have found that, you can press on it, and that is going to allow you to open and close the Click GUI area. This contains all of the utilities that this client has. Basically, these things right over here. You can click on them to turn them on. Then they're going to be highlighted green, and click on them once again to turn them off. All of these actually also have a customization menu too, and you can click on these little cogs there, and that is going to open up, in this case, the customization settings for the tile breaker. One important thing almost all of these menus allow you to do is to set a keybind. As you can see, you can do that right over there. Anyways, for the rest, you can hover above all of these utilities and you'll get a description, which is really useful if you're not exactly sure what something does. For the rest, it should actually be pretty self-explanatory. I definitely recommend you just fiddle around with this, try and figure out what everything does. Some commonly used utilities are stuff like the X-ray, the zoom, also fly and free cam, for example. Anyways, for the rest, Aoba also has a tools menu right up here, which has some tools like the pathfinding, which is similar to baritone, a macros area, as well as an auth cracker. For the rest, there is also a HUD menu all the way up here. HUD is basically your heads-up display. It's, for example, my hotbar, which you see over here. Aoba allows you to add custom utilities to that. For example, let's see over here, a radar. I can click on plus over there, and now I've got a radar on my screen. This is going to display, in this case, all of the entities. If there were other players in this world, then it would display those as well. And of course, you can press on the minus here, and that is going to remove that. There's a bunch of options here with things you can add, so that's obviously pretty cool. And you can customize the entire thing over here as well if you do want to do so. Anyways, back now in the modules area, there is also one pretty important thing left over here, and that is the settings manager over here. You can create load and save profiles. So basically, let's say you have a bunch of these utilities enabled and you've set them up with the customization settings exactly as you would like them to be. Well, if you restart the game or delete Aoba and then reinstall it again, all the settings are not going to be saved. To fix that, you can create a profile, give it a name, save it, and then all of your settings will be saved. A bonus is that other people can actually create profiles for maybe different things or game modes or the like, and then you can actually share them with each other online. Meaning if your friend creates a profile, they can just simply send the profile to you, you can load it, and then you can both have the exact same settings enabled. The rest, right now, that was basically it for the Click GUI area. I definitely recommend you just play around with this. Some very fun things in here, but that wasn't everything for Aoba Client. Aoba also supports commands. To use those, you can use the dot and then Aoba, just like that, and then type in the command you want. In this case, I'm going to type in help, and then it is going to give me a page, 1 of 5 of all the commands that Aoba Client has. There's a whole bunch of them. As you can see, there's a few of these listed right over here. It might not be pretty self-explanatory, but as you probably just saw, this client does have autofill, which is fantastic, and that autofill should really help you along in getting started with these commands. It doesn't add a whole bunch of other utility, just a new way to navigate the already existing utilities that we can find over here. Anyways, for right now though, that was basically that. If you appreciate me showing you this, then I'd of course love it if you could subscribe, but for right now, thank you ever so much for watching, and I do of course hope to see you again in the next one. Bye bye!